My name is Carmen Grace. Welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you watching, and I hope that you are subscribed to follow up with my updates. And if you like my videos, please give them a like just so that I know what content you guys are interested in me posting. Thank you. Hi guys, so today I just want to tell you guys a little bit more about myself and what made me decide to make this YouTube channel, and the content that I'll be posting on it, where it's coming from. To start off with, I know a lot of people have been saying they're so over 2020 and it's been such a crazy year, and I agree that worldwide it has been a really crazy year, and my heart goes out to anybody that has suffered any loss or suffered because of it. Me personally, I feel very blessed. It hasn't hit anybody close to home, and everybody is well, healthy, and I'm grateful for that. I have been through a lot in my life, and so I've gone through years that were a lot worse. And so 2020 for me hasn't really been that bad, and I'm really grateful for that. So I just want to start off saying that because it hasn't always been like that for me. Those of you that know me from years back know that I've had a really rough life ever since I was little. A lot of people, when I was a teenager, a lot of people would be in awe listening to the stories of what was going on in my life at the time, because they were in such disbelief that I was so young and had already gone through so many things in life. And it's just something that at the time I had to deal with. And so at the time I was very negative. I was always telling myself that I had the worst luck. I was always telling myself, asking why me, and asking, wondering what I did to deserve this, because it was just like one hit after another after another. I won't go into detail right now about the hardships that I had throughout life. I probably will make another video just to touch base on that, because I do think they are important, and I think a lot of people might be able to, if they're going through a similar situation, they will be able to learn a lot from my own experience, because I do have a lot of things that I can advise you on. And especially I wish that at such a young age I had somebody mentoring me, or at least giving me some type of advice that had been through it already, that I could have looked up to and possibly gotten out of my situations sooner. But I will go into that later on. I did have a lot of bad luck, I would say, and bad vibes, and just a lot of bad things that were going on early on in my life. And it wasn't until about 10 years ago that I started to change my life around. And the reason for that was me watching The Secret. And I feel like a spokesperson for The Secret because I tell everybody about it. I want everybody to know about it because it literally changed my life 360 completely. It's all about your mindset. Well, The Secret is pretty much a documentary on Netflix, and it explains to you the law of attraction. And so what the law of attraction is, it explains to you that anything that you are feeling and believing is what you are attracting to yourself. So as for me personally, throughout my younger years, I always kept on telling myself that I had the worst luck, bad things always happened to me, always very negative in the words that I would say and believe about myself or my situations. And so I watched The Secret, and I was like, something just clicked inside of me, and I was like, you know what? No, this isn't me. I'm going to change my mindset around. And so I started thinking positive thoughts, positive affirmations. And at that point, I didn't really know too much about it, but I had nothing else to lose. I had already gone through so much. So I was just like, hey, it's worth a try. And so that's what I did. And at that point, it was like I wasn't really sure if it worked. I didn't really know, but I would catch myself saying negative things like let's say I would say I have the worst luck, and I would catch myself and I would stop, and I would start to say something positive about that situation, and start, saying things that I want or that I love, and I started attracting more of that. And so it wasn't immediate. Things didn't happen like right away. It wasn't like oh, it's miraculous, it's just gonna happen right away. But throughout the years, I did start seeing a lot of positive changes in my life, and so that made me feel good about myself and my situations because things were improving. That being said, it's very easy to fall back into the negativity, especially when you're going through things in life and you're sometimes going through toxic things in life. It's easy to fall back into that negative cycle without even realizing it, because I could be saying or thinking that I'm being positive, but because I'm going through so many emotions on the inside, those negative emotions can project, and you're really projecting negativity without even realizing it. And so I think that's what was happening at one point for me too. And so I feel like every time that I watch The Secret, I learn something new for it, because each time that I watch it, I'm at a different level of my self-education and trying to progress and trying to better myself. And so every time that I watch it, I definitely learn something new from it. And I feel like it's always very educational, very motivational, and I recommend it to everybody. That literally changed my life. So the law of attraction is definitely real. It is something that everybody should be doing, because it is so simple and yet so effective and so powerful. The author of The Secret also wrote a book named The Power, which is the sequel to The Secret, and I definitely recommend that you guys read that book. It's one of my favorites, and it just goes into detail explaining the power of love and how strong it really is in all of our situations in life. And I really, really, really recommend that you read it. It's very powerful. I have a big heart, and I have a lot of love in me, even to the people that don't like me, even to the people that have hurt me. I've forgiven all of them, and I still have a lot of love for a lot of them that were in my life previously. That's just who I am, and this book just touches base on that, and it just explains it so perfectly. So I definitely recommend that you guys read The Secret and The Power. You can also watch The Secret, or you can read The Secret. So that being said, I am a work in progress, and I'm nowhere near where I want to be, because I have my goals set so high and I'm reaching for them, I'm working on them. But in the meantime, I feel like I have been through a lot in life, and I have a lot that I have learned that I would like to give back. And I feel like a lot of people that might be in similar situations might be able to benefit from things that I've been through. And I guess I just look back and I feel like I wish that when I was younger, there was somebody that would be able to give me some type of advice so that I could help myself, because that is how I learned. I started my self healing just watching YouTube channels and just watching other people on YouTube explain why we're going through certain things and why I feel this way and how I can overcome it. And that has helped me tremendously to help myself and everything that I was going through. And so I feel like I would like to give back and help people that may be going through similar situations, that don't know what to do or feel stuck. So my advice to anybody that is in a bad situation, feeling hopeless, feeling like they're stuck, my advice is just, you have to love yourself. Love yourself always. Never give anybody else the power over your own happiness, because only you can make yourself happy. And when you realize that, things change for the better. I spent so many years of my life, and I wasted so many years of my life trying to make other people happy. And I was always so concerned about doing the right thing and being a good person and not hurting other people's feelings, or not getting other people upset. But I finally learned that you can't please everybody, and you will never please everybody. There's always somebody that's going to criticize you. There's always somebody that's going to be judgmental, and somebody that's not going to like what you're doing or what you're saying. But you just have to be strong enough to not worry about what everybody else thinks, as long as it makes you happy. You have to love yourself, follow your dreams, and never give up. Don't let the judgments of others stop you from following your dreams and doing things that make you happy, because we only live once and life isn't promised to us. So we definitely have to make ourselves happy. Another thing that I think is very important is self-education. I think that's something that has definitely helped me out tremendously. It's something that I feel everybody should do and be doing consistently, because nobody else is going to be more concerned about your well-being, your happiness, your success, more than you. And so if you don't go out there and look for this information and educate yourself on it to better yourself and to progress in life, then it's not going to happen. You need to be on top of it. You need to get it done. You need to look for it. You need to do your own research. And it's easy to find. It's literally at the tip of our fingers nowadays with the internet and social media. There are a lot of people out there that make videos like this just because they've been through situations and they want to help people. And, you know, just like me, I feel like I have a calling to help people. And I know recently somebody had asked me why I wasn't fulfilled with my current job, and I had to stop them because that's not it at all. I have a really good job. I love my coworkers. My boss is very flexible, very understanding. I've been working there for about 10 years almost, and I get paid well. I literally only work 3 days a week. I've been part-time for the last 4 years, and I have 4 days off, and that gives me time to work on my side businesses and my side hustles, and I just love my time. So freedom of time is something that I go way back on, because I was a teenage mom, and being a teenage mom, I was I didn't want to be a statistic. I didn't want to be that teenage mom that was neglectful of her kids or dropped out of school or stuck on welfare forever. And especially because I had so many people looking down on me already, already assuming that I would never amount to anything because I had my kids so young, and always assuming and saying that I was just gonna be another statistic, and I just wanted to prove them wrong. And so I refused to be who they wanted me to be. I refused to fail and be this horrible mom, or to drop out of school. And so I ended up going to school. I took night classes, and I graduated a year early just so that I can finish school my junior year of high school, so that I could be there for my kids and get a job and help them, because I was literally doing everything by myself. And so I ended up getting a job, and I hated having to take my kids to the babysitters because I wanted to spend time with them. I wanted to take them places. I wanted to do things with them, but in order to do things with them, I needed money. So I had to take them to babysitters, and so I just wanted to free up my time. I longed for the day that I would be able to have enough money so I can do things with them and not have to worry about taking them to the baby. By the time I was 20, I had a really well-paying job as a financial representative, processing loans and selling insurance. And so with the commission that I would get from selling insurance, I was making about $1,000 a week. So for me at that age, it was great. And I was able to take care of my kids, and I was able to do everything with them and buy them everything that they needed, and I didn't have to rely on anybody else to do anything for me, which was great. But the only thing that I was still missing was the freedom of my time. I wanted to be there with them. I was working 9 to 5, and some weekends, which isn't too bad, but they were small, and I did want to be there with them. I wanted to spend every minute of my day with them and take them places and go on vacations with them and give them experiences, and I wasn't able to do that. So that is something that I regretted at the time, not being able to spend as much time with my babies as I could when they were little. And so in 2006, I got pregnant again from my third daughter, and I decided to quit my job because as hard as it was a really good career. I was an assistant manager at the time, and I was moving up in the business, but I just felt that my priority was to be with my daughter and spend as much time with her as I could while she was small. So I made the hard decision of quitting my job, and I started selling electronics out of our house and out of the flea market. At that time, I was still with my kid's father, so we were doing it together, and we were doing really well, and that was my job. I was going to the local Swaparama on the weekends, and So anyways, to make a long story short, I finally got that freedom of time that I wanted, and I was able to spend all the time I wanted with my kids, which was amazing. And that's what I wanted. And that lasted for a couple years, but after about 15 years, I ended up leaving a bad situation that I was in, and I decided to branch off and start selling them on my own. And that worked pretty well for a little bit, but due to a home invasion that we had, I was kind of scared to continue doing it by myself, being a woman and not having anybody help me. So I ended up having to just get another job, which I had to get back to work. And so that's the job that I'm at now. And I love my job, don't get me wrong. I love the people that I work with, they're great. And I couldn't have asked for a better job. But the only thing that I was lacking was that freedom of time. And so I never stopped hustling. I always continued to have a side business or a side hustle. And so I started selling makeup out of my house, and it was going really well. So I opened a spot, and then eventually that's when, about 4 years ago, is when I opened up my cosmetic store, and I started working part-time. I started only working 3 days a week so that I could be at my store physically. And I was there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and I was there like all day, all evening. And the good thing is that, I mean, I could come and go as I please. I didn't realize how much time I would be investing in it, because you really have to just be there, and you can't really trust somebody else. We did hire a couple people, but obviously it's not the same. If you're not there and you're not doing it on your own, then it's not gonna. Things happened, and my grandmother passed away, and I was very close to her. So when that happened, I just kind of lost all motivation. I didn't have any motivation left in me to continue the business. My oldest daughter was holding it down for so long, and I appreciated her for that, because she was working there day and night, and she was really keeping the business together, because I just didn't have it in me. I didn't have the energy. I was just sad, and I had just also recently gone through a bad breakup of 10 years. So it was something that I just needed time to myself, because I really didn't have any more motivation left in me. I just needed to just take a breather and slow down, because I just had too much going on. So I ended up I thought the best thing that I could do is go back to school, get my license to be an esthetician, so that I can expand my cosmetic store and create a spa. And so that was the plan. And so my daughter and I both went and got our license, and we both became licensed estheticians and certified lash techs. And so that was the plan. But I still was lacking that motivation. I still had a lot going on. I wasn't completely healed yet. And so it was kind of hard getting started. And then COVID happened, so I literally had to stop completely. And so I was kind of just like stuck. I didn't know what to do. And so I think I needed the 2020 quarantine to help speed up my healing process, and to kind of realize everything that I have in my life and everything that I should. And so I just realized this year that I just have so much to be grateful for. And there's so many people that are going through so many things right now, and there's so much loss. And you just see people that are suffering, or they lost their jobs, or they just don't know what they're gonna do, and they're just hopeless. And I feel so grateful that I didn't have to experience any of that this year. And I hope never to have to experience any of those things. And my heart goes out to those people, because I've been there and I know how it is. I've been at the lowest of lows, and I can definitely relate. And so I just feel very grateful that I am at a place right now that my problems are very minimal compared to other people's problems that are going through some real life shit, health issues, and death of loved ones, or dealing with the sickness of loved ones. And that's just something that we just take for granted sometimes. And so I want to express how grateful that I am that my problems are not that bad, and 2020 hasn't been this horrible year for me. I feel like I needed that time to reflect on myself, and to really just opened my eyes that my problems are minimal compared to those problems of others, and I am definitely grateful for that. And so that's part of that positive thinking, of that thought and that mindset of, things could be worse, so let's be grateful for the good things that we do have, and better things will come. Your success is measured by the quality of your thoughts. So if you think good thoughts and you feel good thoughts, then those things will come to you eventually. Although I do feel like I have a long way to go on my journey, I do feel very proud, and I do feel successful in the accomplishments that I've made so far. My greatest accomplishment being my daughters, and that I raised really good daughters. They're very smart and they're really good people, and that's all I could ask for. They're growing into beautiful, great young women, and I know that they're gonna continue to make me proud because they've made me proud. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Anyways, let me change the subject because I'm getting teary because I love my kids so much and they make me so proud. Woo, sorry guys, I'm a big crybaby. Most of you guys know that. So I just want to express to you guys the power of the law of attraction, and that it really works. And don't ever doubt the power of God and prayer, because it is definitely real. And don't ever doubt that. You don't have to be a religious person, but there's definitely a higher power. And if you're a good person and you give out good energy, good vibes, and your intentions are good, then that will come back to you. Don't ever feel hopeless or feel so depressed that you feel that you need to give up or that you have nothing going for yourself, because that is far from the truth. I've been at the lowest of lows and I have overcame it thanks to God and the power of the law of attraction. And just, I can't express enough that there is always light at the end of the better things will always come. So don't ever feel like you have nowhere to turn. Anybody can always reach out to me if they're going through some things. I am always willing to give my advice, or try to give the best advice that I can, because I love to help people, and I love to see people overcoming their bad situations. And so with that being said, I'm just gonna cut it short now because I've been rambling on for long enough. Hopefully my story made sense and you kind of get the gist of why I chose to start making videos, and why I want to help people. And I'll continue to make videos, but honestly, I'm a writer. I am not a speaker, so I am struggling with that, but I will get better with practice, I hope. And I will, because I'm going to stay positive. So anyways, if you guys have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. If you guys have any questions, I am I'm here. Inbox me. Let me know what you guys think. And if you like the video, just like it. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe for more updates. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching.